Annyeonghaseyo. Hello and welcome to Mr. E's Watch Reviews. Today, as you can see, we got something going on a little different. Alright, today, you're actually going to be able to see me. Yeah, how about that? As it says here on the board, we're going to do the San Martin versus the Kronos. This is just going to be a little grudge match between these two because obviously they've got a lot of things that are very similar and some things not so much. But to me, they kind of break down to the bezel. That's one of the biggest biggest differences. The finish, the clasp, again, that's the other biggest finish. How they fit and comfort kind of go together, and then the accuracy, because one of these two watches is definitely running a little more accurate than the other one, even though they got both the same movement. Now, of course, as you can see, I got two watches on. Today, I actually I wore the San Martin all day at work with the Jeanneau Ocean Rover, so that way, for the coming up Battle Royale, I have a good comfort comparison for the exact same scenario, like the exact same day, this one and that one, blah, blah, blah. So y'all see, I'm trying to be scientific about it. I'm trying to be 100% genuine on everything with all my opinions. But I've got the Kronos sitting right here. She's been on the winder all day. I've been wearing this one and this one since it got here all week. Two fists in it, so that way I can have time to sit down and tell you guys all about them. Actually, see, I'm trying to take it off like all the others because the clasp is different. Let's see. So, let's just go ahead and get started with the bezel. Now, with both of these watches, all right, the bezel action is very nice, but the San Martin is much better. It is just not quite buttery, but it's very smooth with the right amount of tension and a good tactile feel. And the coin tooth edge here is very grippy. It's nice and sharp. Other than that, it looks like they're using the same ceramic insert. So other than the ratcheting mechanism that's in there, I'm going to put that one down. This one, I don't know if you guys can hear that real good from there, but it's got just a slightly different, it's just not quite as smooth, more ratchety, more kind of a spring tension type thing. I don't know. Let's see, I'll bring it up closer. Ow! Butt fucking hooker. Ah! Damn it. That's why you don't keep an engine stand right underneath your damn counter. Ow. Son of a bitch. Whew. Alright. Keep that in mind. Like, this has got a much more clean, crisp click. It's nice and smooth feeling. But it's Rolex-ish. But it's not 100% like that. But it's much closer to Rolex than the Kronos. So we're going to give the first mark. We're not doing like 1 through 10 points. It's either you win it or you lose. Fucking going to the San Martin. Now, we're going to go to the finish on these things. The finish is actually very close. However, the Kronos, especially at the bracelet, the finish is much better. I can just ever so slightly tell, like I said on the San Martin, there's a slight difference in the finish on the bracelet to the case. I mean, and it's very slight. Like, it's super slight. I don't know if you guys can tell or not or see it, but like just between the bracelet and there, it's just a slight different silver. And I mean, just very slight. Where this looks the exact same. So I really like the brushing on this one. The tolerances and stuff seem to be just a little bit better on the San Martin. But I think the tolerances kind of goes more in the fit. Like, you know, how everything fits together. So the finish we're going to give to the Kronos. I think the finish on the Kronos is just slightly better. And I mean just slightly. We're talking about like just cutting hairs, just fucking little itty bitty teeny tiny bits. Let's see, the Clasp. Well, as much as I do like this Clasp on the San Martin, I mean, I really like this double pusher. I don't have anything other than the L'Oreal, which that's a super cheap one. Super cheap. That is a super cheap stamped Clasp double pusher. Wow, what a mouthful. Okay, this on the other hand is all milled, super nice. I really do like this, and like the finish is really holding up good at the shop. I mean, I got a couple teeny tiny little scratches on it, but it's nothing that major. But this thing needs a damn diver's extension or a glide lock. It really does, because the problem that I'm having with the San Martin, and okay, well, the problem I have here is that it doesn't have a diver's extension or a glide lock. We'll get to the fit thing here in just a second, but I really do like this Clasp. I mean, I really do like this. I like the double pusher mechanism, but like, especially where I'm at, like, to have this thing be able to fit during the day as I'm out, like 90% of the time in the heat, I have to have this thing set so loose that it's constantly slipping up and down my arm the rest of the time that like when I am home and am in the AC. Which that kind of sucks. I don't like my watch just kind of flipping and flopping around. But if I set this thing to how I really want it to be, and I go out in the heat, oh my God, it actually swells, my arm swells up so bad that, or not swells up, but like I'll have red marks from where that, you know, and indentions in my skin from it being on so tight. And, you know, that's about the only thing I really got to say about this. You know, it's like, it's an excellent, excellent Clasp. I really like everything about it, except for that. It just, at the very minimum, I need a diver's extension so I can have this thing set the way I want when I'm in the house. And then when I go outside, be able to give myself just a little relief. That's what I need. You know what I mean? It just, you know, trying to take a toothpick and micro adjust that bad boy back and forth. No, that sucks. That sucks ass. So, at any rate, we know this one's got a glide lock. We know how I feel about glide lock, so you know that should be kind of a no-brainer. This is not the best glide lock system I've felt. Obviously, you know, it's kind of close, but see, like, you can see how this one gets cocked in there sometimes. I don't know. It's really hard to do, but basically, this piece right here is not as tight as it really should be. And with that being said, you know, I've had this thing kind of pop loose on its own. So I really like the glide lock, and it seems to be a decent quality one. Like, I don't know, the one time that it did pop loose, I may not have may have not had it snapped in quite right, but like it just, you know, I don't know. I guess I kind of tugged on it wrong or something. I don't know. It only happened one time, so we're going to give it, you know, as a flip. Son of a bitch! Oh, butt fucker! Oh my god, I'm going to have to move that damn thing. Holy shit! The back of my heel. I'm not wearing no shoes, y'all. Oh my god. Oh, all right. Back to what we were doing. Oh, god damn my feet. Where was I at? Oh yeah, Clasp. Yeah. Okay. Kronos. Oof. The fit. Again. I know y'all are like, oh shit, Kronos gonna take it. As far as the way they have fit the lugs to everything, and the way this bracelet fits, this bracelet fits, like when it's sitting on the wrist, much better than the San Martin. See, if you look at like right here, there's not really a lot of protrusion from the bracelet on either side. So like this actually sits pretty nice, pretty flat. My only problem with the fit is how wide they are. This watch is up here at the top. Like basically this thing here, it like y'all can see where it's been hitting my damn wrist. Like I got a scab from wearing this damn watch. Like it rubs the shit out of me. It just rubs me raw right there on the wristbone. You know, and it's this case design. I have other ones that are the more squared off maxi case, and I've not had this problem. You know, maybe it's just because I can get this one to a snugger fit and I'm able to keep it that way. And then, of course, when I swell up, you know, it starts digging into me. But as far as the fit goes, as far as like, you know, the way the bracelet and everything is, I like this bracelet. I like the way it fits to the case and the end links up here. But there's a little bit more like daylight in between the links. When you look at a San Martin's bracelet, the fit between these links is pretty tight. So the way they've got this to the case, like right here, you can just ever so slightly see just the slightest imperfections. You know, as far as it's not completely flush. And like, again, like this little nick, I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's a little mark right here on the case. That was there when I pulled it right out of the package. So I'm not exactly sure. You know, it is what it is on this. I almost got myself again. I don't know. This one's kind of a tough call. Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with the fit of the San Martin. All right, now as far as comfort wise goes, on these two watches, honestly, and again, this is just subjective, but once it got hot and you know the watch snugged up, the San Martin was actually more comfortable. I don't know if it's just because it's just slightly a different taper or if it's just because the edges aren't so sharp. Because like on this Kronos, the bottom edge of this thing, it's pretty sharp. Like it's a nice sharp edge. This one does not feel as sharp. The San Martin. And again, like the side profiles of these two watches, the Kronos. Oh, that was one of the things I just meant to cover. You see how the bracelet kind of just straight up hangs outside of the case. Here, let me put it on. Oh no, that's the Kronos. I'm sorry. Daggone it. I got my points all screwed up. I forgot where I was going. Sorry guys, ADD, it's a bitch. Okay. But you see how the bracelet kind of sticks out just a little bit here? You know, on both sides when you have it on. Again, it's not that big a deal, but like on the Kronos, it's a nice flush, smooth fit. But I think that this bracelet is a better quality bracelet than the one that's on the Kronos. I mean, this thing, it fits really nice. It feels really good. It is a little chunkier, just in thickness, and it doesn't have as much taper. So, like I said, as far as the comfort goes, we're going to give it to the San Martin on that one. And then, of course, it's going to come down to the accuracy. We're just going to turn on the time grapher. I know which one's been running more accurate. The Kronos has been running a steady 0 seconds almost every time I check it. This one, on the other hand, +4 to +6, somewhere around there. So let's get the time grapher set up. Bring it up here into the forefront. Yep. 50 degrees. Alright, first we'll throw in the Kronos. And there you have it, 4 zeros. So, like I said, the Kronos is definitely super on par for being accurate. I mean, shit. I wish I was that accurate about stuff. With a 0.1 millisecond beat error, can't really be mad at none of that. That's excellent. Alright, let's see what the San Martin does. Again, this is just in the common flat back position. The San Martin actually likes being at an angle. It likes being up. Looks like something is wrong with this thing. I think it might have got magnetized by those numbers. See, this is one thing it was doing the other day when I checked it. It would go 0, 0, then like -4, -4, then it would go positive, then it would be negative, then it would be 0 again. But looks like it's settling into -4. -5 maybe. But 0 beat error. -1. -1. Oh, -4. See, I usually like to go with 4 of the exact same number in a row. But this watch, it seems to have a little bit of a swing to it. Like, you know, I don't know, because again, I don't know if you guys can even see that from there. Because I had to reposition everything so I could fit in my damn whiteboard. So, let's see, like, when this one's on my wrist position, I want to say it runs better. But anyway, we got -3 all across the board right this second. All right, never mind. It's -8 in that downward position. So, at any rate, so there's a clear winner there. Kronos. Ah, shit, man. And there we have it. As you can see, it's a friggin' tie. Yeah, I know. I already knew it was going to end like this, guys. So, what my point here is basically it's flip a coin. What things matter most to you? You know, as far as like most of you guys that got some meat on your bones and stuff like that, that Kronos ain't going to bother you a bit. But like, I actually, you know, my bone just sticks out on both of my damn wrists. And like you can see, I don't know if you can see it there, but I got a damn red mark on that damn wrist there. But essentially, both of these watches are excellent watches. They're keeping excellent time. This bezel, you know, functions just fine. Like I said, I do notice on the Kronos, you know, it's just a tiny bit of backplay, just a tiny bit. But like the bezels and the clasps are really the two biggest things that I notice on these watches. Like the two biggest differences is the bezels and the clasps. The bracelet on the Kronos is extremely nice. I really, really like it. And to be perfectly honest, had I not seen just slightly tighter links on other bracelets, because, like, you know, not to be funny, but since it's sitting here, like, you see what I mean? Like, that's some tight fitment. You know what I mean? You know, like, these are, you know, and I to have them side by side, you almost can't see it, but if you line it up, like, together, I don't know if I can hold this right. But basically, if you put the two side by side, you can see there's just I mean, we're talking about the slightest little teeniest bit more gap between the links. But, I mean, that just makes for a smoother fit, less pinch hairs, less, you know, pinched arm fat kind of deal. You know, these watches, I mean, I genuinely love them both. I'm going to tell you right now, if you want the blue, or you really like blue, you need to go with the San Martin. I mean, at least in my opinion. The Kronos blue, I haven't seen it in person, but all the pictures I've seen of it, it is ugly. It is dark and blue. This one, I swear to God, I was at the Gray Market AD today because they were having a sale. $200 off a $20,000 watch is not a fucking sale price to me. Just throwing that out there. But especially when the goddamn watch is $10,000 more than it would be brand new if you bought it at the fucking store for a Batman. Just fucking insane. But anyway, lady was like, "Didn't I sell you that just back around Christmas time?" I was like, "Bitch, I wish I bought a damn Smurf. I wish I had the money to be able to afford a Smurf in the first place, but you know, you guys get what I'm saying." But anyway, I just had a giggle. I was like, "No, ma'am, that's not a Rolex." She's like, "Oh, are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm quite certain. Because if it was, I wouldn't be in here trying to get another one. You know, I'd already have one and I'd be happy." I know everybody's like just laughing at home because I just said that out loud for God and everybody and the whole internet to hear. I just had this one Rolex. I'd finally be happy. The lies. And then I want another. I already know. Actually, I already know because there's 3 on my list that I want to get, and until I get all 3 of them, well, I got shit to do. But back to these guys. If you like the black and really like Glide Lock, go to Kronos. But like seriously, guys, flip a coin. Just pick one. The price points are pretty close. I would not go with Kronos with the NH35. And to be honest, because I like the PT 5000 in this one so much, I don't know that I would pay the extra $100 to have the Swiss movement put into this one. And like I want to say I pay like $349 and like $289, which I want to say this one's up to $319 now. So anyway, around the $300 price range. You know, these are the 2 best contenders in my book. 300-ish range, we'll just say. And you know, for me, it just I don't know. I'm not trying to be indecisive here. I really like the bezel action on this, and like this one's got me at a real disadvantage because I really love this fucking blue. I mean, this blue is just, oh my God, it's so sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, oh, almost as sexy as my eyes. But yeah, I mean, this thing is wow. You know, and you know, if this hadn't cut into my damn wrist so bad, I really wouldn't be so down on it. I mean, black and blue are my colors. Like, everything I like to do is, I always, you know, it's either black or blue. Every once in a while, I like throw in some green or something, but for the most part, this is how I like to roll. And I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of them. You know, the movements seem to be very solid and robust. It's just, if this, like I said, if this thing had just a diver's extension on it, it would be dead even for me. Like, I just would not be able to really pick. The only thing for me then would be the bezel action. And like I said, this one functions just fine, but there is a little bit of back play, and it isn't as smooth as I really, really like it. When it comes down to the loom, essentially the loom is exactly the same. One might be just a slim cock hair or fraction thicker or better, but you know, it's not enough to do the whole, oh, let's do a side by side loom shot. We're doing all that shit later. This is just you know, straight up between these 2. Honestly, just like I said, flip a coin. You can't go wrong. You're good to go. Definitely going with blue. I don't know. Like I said, I would really kind of like to see how this, you know, like throw this one on a glide lock, like a real nice glide lock bracelet, and yeah. But This one is more expensive, and it took longer to get here. It took longer than all the rest of them. So, yeah, I would kind of lean maybe towards the Kronos then. But I don't know. See, I can't make up my mind. I'm glad I own both. Now I don't have to decide. And that's actually the easiest way for you to handle this situation is do like I did. Get you one of each. That way you can have the black one in the Kronos and the blue one in the San Martin. Because like I said, this blue is sexy as fuck. Like, see, that's what it is. Like, I really just want to say, okay, this is the winner. This is the one that has done it, but it's the blue. The blue keeps calling me and saying, no, Ed, don't do it to me. It's like, no, man, come on. But yeah. I don't know. Like I said, the fact that this one's running more accurate and the glide lock and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's so close. It's so close. So, ultimately, you're going to have to pick for yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. My birthday's coming up and whatnot. I really want to hit 1,000 subscribers. So, if we could please hook a brother up for his birthday. I'm going to be the double quads. Jesus, I'm getting old. Anyhow, oh yeah. This is just to address everybody with my hands and stuff. See, as y'all can see, I'm out of the shower. I am fresh and clean, okay? This is as good as it gets for my friggin' hands. I am sorry, okay? Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, my hands are calloused. Like, there are stains on my fingers that just will not go away, okay? Like, most of this stuff that you're like, oh, there's dirt on your fingernails. It's not, there's not even enough fingernail for there to be dirt. It's just, it's stains, and then like, I actually have to dig meat out